From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, October 12th, police are on alert as 2 more girls are almost abducted. Beefing up a crime-fighting program in the Newcastle area. And a Delaware company wants to help your fantasy football team. Here are the details. Police around Newcastle County are on guard after 2 more incidents where young girls were nearly abducted by a stranger. The latest happened yesterday in Wilmington at Concord Avenue and Madison Street and in the parking lot of P.S. DuPont School. In both cases, the young girls got away. Those are the 7th and 8th cases of attempted abductions in the last several weeks in Newcastle County. The description of the suspect's vehicle has varied in the different incidents, from a light blue sedan with chip paint and a gray bumper to a gold or tan 4-door car. Police across the state are being notified. Meantime, police say you need to make sure your kids know to stay away from strangers. If your child is approached by a stranger, he or she should scream and run away, and be sure to notify the authorities. Cleanup continues after 2,000 gallons of oil spilled from a tanker docked along the Delaware River in Paulsboro, New Jersey. The leak happened Wednesday morning at the Citgo facility. The area was blocked off by booms, but officials say some oil got past the booms due to windy conditions. A program designed to help keep the Route 9 corridor free of crime is getting a big financial boost. WDEL's Carl Konevsky has details.
Almost $500,000 federal dollars will head to Delaware for Operation Safe Streets, which in the Rosegate and Garfield Park areas along Route 9 targets high-risk probationers to ensure they remain in compliance with curfews and other conditions of their probation. State Representative J.J. Johnson, a Democrat who serves the area, says keeping the community safe is important for today, but even more so for the future.
It's not about us, it's about the young people. We have to make a change for our young people, for they can grow up in an environment that they can say they're proud of, that they can, when they say that we're from the Route 9 corridor, they can be proud of it.
Colonel Rick Gregory, chief of the Newcastle County Police, says in its first 16 months, routine checks of those on probation have led to the recovery of 107 firearms, 376 fugitives taken into custody, and a whole lot more.
1,200 grams of cocaine, 2,000 grams of marijuana, 5 grams of heroin, 600 grams of PCP, 47 grams of methamphetamine, cars, weapons, and other items used to commit crimes.
The grant money flows from the federal government as part of the crime bill authored by Senator Biden. Reporting from Newcastle, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Coming up, a potential settlement over school prayer in Delaware. WDEL News continues in a moment.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
The state Supreme Court has upheld the conviction of a double murderer who claimed that he had been denied the right to a speedy trial. Darrell Page was sentenced to life in prison for the 1999 drug-related murders in Wilmington of 30-year-old Cedric Reinford and 24-year-old Monica Plant. Plant was the granddaughter of Democratic State Representative Hazel Plant. Page's trial didn't begin until more than 2 years after he was arrested, but the High Court has ruled there were valid reasons for the delay in Page's case. A settlement may have been reached in a Jewish family's federal lawsuit over school-sponsored Christian prayer in the Indian River School District. Mona and Marka Dobberch, along with an unnamed family, filed the suit in 2005, claiming the district created an environment of religious exclusion and that explicitly Christian school-sponsored prayer was pervasive. An attorney has informed the court that an agreement in principle has been reached, although they will continue to litigate against the school board opening its meetings with a prayer. Indian River School Board President Charles Beerley says this board has been involved in crafting the deal but hasn't yet seen the final copy. Wilmington University tested its emergency alert system and says the test was successful. The school says about 97% of almost 8,200 students in Delaware and New Jersey who got the test message by email or voicemail acknowledged getting it. If you're one of the 19 million people in this country playing fantasy football online, you may want to get to know a new Delaware company. WDEL's Carl Konevsky reports.
Governor Minner was on hand to help cut the ribbon for Mizaka, a company that markets a product called StatBeast, an interactive software program providing all the information you need to run your fantasy franchise. Chris Gropp, Mizaka's CEO, says the information you need is presented in a quick, easy-to-interpret format, unlike the spreadsheets other sites use.
We started coming up with trends and charts and pie charts that are very interactive, where the user can then interrogate a pie chart much more readily than it could a spreadsheet. People gravitate to visual things. Visual meaning pie charts and colors and line charts and graphs.
Tom McCarthy, Deputy Director of the Delaware Economic Development Office, says with the company's expertise and knowledge, fantasy football is just the beginning.
Today they found a sports niche. We believe it's going to be humongously successful. Where they are tomorrow, no telling, but we do know that they can render statistics in a very innovative way that's captivating and serves the public at every level. So we see a bright future for this company.
Dito's hope is the technology-based seed fund program providing money for new companies will attract more high-tech businesses to the state. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Blue Hens get ready for homecoming. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, after falling from the ranks of the unbeaten last weekend, the 15th-ranked Delaware Blue Hens get ready for another CAA conference foe this weekend, the Northeastern Huskies. WDEL's Lee St. John has more.
I will fight for Delaware. Fight for the Blue Eagles.
Saturday's homecoming for the Blue Hens, and while the opponent will be different from the last 2 years, when Hofstra came in and whipped the Hens 10-6 in the mud in 2005, then came up on the short end of an identical 10-6 score in 2006. This year's opponent, the Northeastern Huskies, according to head coach Casey Keeler, have a lot of similarities to the Pride.
When you play New Hampshire, it's a very much finesse-oriented offense. This is a more physical, get-after kind of offense. Like to play two tight ends, like to play a fullback, we'll do some unbalance. They always give you a different wrinkle. But they will definitely challenge you physically.
For Delaware, running back Omar Cuff continues to lead all scorers in every division of NCAA football with 126 points, 21 touchdowns, and a 21-point-per-game average. Quarterback Joe Flacco is third among FCS passers with a 73.8% completion average and seventh in passer rating with 164.5. Saturday's game is a noon kickoff at Delaware Stadium. Reporting from Newark, Lee St. John, 1150 AM, WDEL Sports.
Wow. 10th-ranked Wesley heads south this weekend to take on Newport News in a conference matchup. The Wolverines are coming off back-to-back shutouts of Huntington College and Frostburg State. You can hear tomorrow's Wesley game starting at noon with Saturday Football Center on WDEL. Meantime, 17th-ranked Delaware State takes on a winless North Carolina A&T football team on Saturday. Del State is undefeated in conference play. Well, the Phillies will not bring back catcher Rod Barajas or infielder Abraham Nunez, declining to exercise the option on either player's contract. Barajas had a disappointing season with the Phillies, just a .230 average, 4 home runs, and 10 RBIs in backup duty. Nunez was used mostly as a defensive replacement for the past 2 years, hitting .231 in 136 games. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: clouds and a shower or two early today, then some sunshine for the afternoon, high 65. Tonight clear, low down to 43. For Saturday, sunshine, high 65. Sunny, a tad bit warmer on Sunday with a high of 70. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com. I'm Chris Carl. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.